Hello, once again. It is time to take a look at what is happening in the world of markets. I'm Susan Littlefield here on the Rural Radio Network, and joining me is Sam Hudson. He is with Cornbelt Marketing. Big WASDE report out tomorrow. You see that as a kind of a market factor for today?
Well, it's definitely something to be thinking about. Whether or not it'll be big or not, I think is left to be seen. I think our bigger data is going to be at the end of the month, but I think what it does is could help correct us from what we've seen as an oversold position in the corn market. We've got funds that have really taken the edge off here in the first week of March. Most of that, stemming from headlines on these tariff situations, and now with some of that going back into effect here as we get into early and mid March. We've got to bring ourselves again back to reality, especially for corn, that this WASDE is going to set the table for that month-end data. And regardless of whether we have tariffs or any trade spats or not, we're too big of a player in the world market for the corn on the production and export side to have too big of an issue. And we're still running ahead of pace. So we have to expect an export bump here tomorrow on that data in itself anyways.
One area we don't talk a lot about, and that happens to be canola. And it's kind of got its hands a little bit on the soybean market.
It does. We're not seeing much of a bounce here in the soybeans, actually a little bit lower here today, but I think much of that is because of the pressure we're seeing on the bean oil market. That canola, at least at one point, was limit down overnight, and most of that is, again, a knee-jerk reaction to a 100% tariff on Canadian canola from China. And so, the premise is that we'll see some of that spill over here into the U.S., but keep in mind that's a much smaller market than what we're typically dealing with, and I think it's more of a headline risk here to start the week than anything.
Switch over quick to the livestock. Wanted to get your feel on the nice green we have going on the screen for them, and not a lot of pressure that seems to be weighing in.
No, and that's interesting despite the weakness we're seeing in the equity markets. And so the back months have done another nice job here of really kind of holding the line. When you look at December all the way out there, almost to the 198 mark, I think that the boast that we're going to have to see some support in the feeder cattle market still here. And I still think you're trading a pretty good premium here with this Mexico situation. So if there's anything to be taken out of the market, I think you could start there. But we got to find a reason first.
All right, sounds good. By the way, we're going to dive more into this and a whole lot more later today, as Sam Hudson will be joining us for today's version of the channel Final Bell. If you missed the podcast or the live one, don't forget, we've got a podcast. It's located at ruralradionetwork.com. And that's a look to our market so far today. I'm Susan Littlefield for the Rural Radio Network.